Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Roll for Bluff, our podcast where we discuss our ongoing campaign for Dungeons & Dragons, Bards and Nobles. I'm Sam. I play Calamine, the Tiefling Rogue slash Warlock.
What?
To my far right, we have Tristan, who plays Sorn Thunderfist, our Goliath Barbarian. Next to him, we have Brandon, who plays all of the NPCs and the Dungeon Master.
Yep.
To my far left, we have Zeke, who plays Leon Silvershadow, a Eldarin elf, rogue slash sorcerer. and then joining us for the first time on Roll for Bluff, we have Hannah, who plays Lyrian, our wonderful Water Ganassi Eldritch Knight.
Yay!
Or fighter.
Glad to have you on. So we kind of have the full crew going on for you guys tonight. Everybody's going to be joining me tonight as my co-host as well as my therapist. It's got a big, intense episode.
There's more of us. We need more of us for this.
And we'll be just sort of recapping our story tonight in tonight's episode entitled Nefarious New Deals.
It's the morning period.
Yes. Lots of things happened last episode and there was a little bit of fallout from this episode.
So
morning in the morning.
We start this episode immediately where we left off last time, as usual. But the reason why that's important is because
Lyran was dead.
Lyran was dead. He was recently brought back to life through a very, very, very quick deal with Azazel, which gave you a Warlock Pact.
Yes.
So, since I leveled up last time, gave her the ability to multi-class, and by golly, I forced her to, I won't lie. You made a pact, and you were going down that path.
It happened.
If Calamine was a Goliath, her nickname would be like Quick Deal.
Quick Deal. So, you had just made the deal, and Lyran was brought back to life unconscious. And the city guards had finally made their way to you.
Took them long enough.
Well, you found out why it took so long.
They were battling.
There was another chimera in the city that they were trying to take care of. So
Took a bunch of them to fight one when it only took 4 of them to fight 2.
Feel pretty good about ourselves now, guys.
that did make me
We're better than the common guard.
They had Galdine.
Yeah, he was the only reason they won.
Yeah,
and we still knocked out 2.
Go
So-
us.
She's
Go
even
team.
had his original sword back and everything.
Who knows? So, yeah, since, you were unconscious, you got taken back there, you guys had some talks with the town's guard, and you made your way back to the tavern / inn.
I don't remember any of
You
this.
don't remember any of it.
Well, you were asleep, so.
You were sleeping. You get back, and this is where we figure out you guys have a change to you, because you sent on a little bit of yellow energy, and your curse mark had changed, and you had something on your face.
Egg.
No. So yeah, how did you guys feel about that?
I mean, Cal was very confused.
I was drunk at the time, so I was very confused.
What
Cal
Can't
was-
use that as an excuse.
Cal
because I
was
was
not
unconscious.
aware that she had made a warlock pact, so
I wasn't aware that my curse mark had changed, and I look like Mike Tyson.
Kinda. Not tribal, more filigree. But,
Well, I guess we should kind of comment on the fact that, Sam, you've been thinking about doing Warlock for a long time.
yeah, I've been contemplating multi-classing for several months now. So
I was going to say, almost like half the time we've played, you've contemplated it. And Zeke, you've kind of just were like just a couple of sessions ago, you're like, can I do more stuff, please?
I
So
remember.
does the level up allow you to multi-class? Is that
If
how
you
that
have the
works?
right parameters.
if you have the right parameters, and the story would make sense.
Okay.
I remember from my character, I think it was probably like our 3rd session, and I was like, I really wish I could do magic damage.
Yeah, as a new player, I got to imagine seeing other people, because you were playing when Malcolm was with us, and you saw him using spells. You see Sprout, and he's using spells.
Everyone did
Anna does
crazy
spells.
damage.
Anna
You
does
use spells.
spells.
You have a spell. Technically, you can use sometimes.
But with you, it's your strength too, and
Yeah.
that ability, you knock out.
You
crazy
have that
damage.
like new player envy when you come in. You see everyone doing stuff. You're like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that.
Exactly.
Whereas when you originally make a character, you tend to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Where multi-classing can let you do other things, but that's where you have to decide: do you want to multi-class and be like decent at a bunch of different things, or do you want to stay in one class and
totally
be good at one thing?
It's a hard choice.
Yeah.
I think for the story, the way the story is going, I think it makes sense more so for Leon to multi-class.
Which you did.
Huh?
Which you did.
Exactly, but that's because of the way the story is going. If I were to stay my main class of assassin, and then I also deal with the Shalik, I feel like that would be a lot of like confrontation here and there.
But
the thing is, the whole party is moving and gaining knowledge and learning things and meeting new people, and it just kind of like you said, it makes sense with the storyline.
And Leon's trying to open up and not be so dark and like.
It's not just like,
right.
oh, by the way, I'm gonna multi-class.
Yeah. Whereas Cal just had bad luck.
I think you mean great luck because a patron just happened to be a good old buddy of Zazel.
Best friend.
God, what was that, Krusty the Clown?
No.
So it should be mentioned that part of this little warlock pact with the Zazel was at a very high cost, I think, for some of us, and that was in order to restore Lyran's life back. Cal had to hand over Cornelius.
Raise your hand if you feel personally victimized by Azazel.
He died.
Good buddy.
So
Beat up.
Cornelius was given to Azazel, and after we made our way back to the tavern and sort of like, Cal had a conversation with Azazel, Leon had a conversation with Shalik.
Yeah, I had like a whole hologram.
You kind of had your intro to multi-classing.
Right. Now, eventually you woke up, and you were like, what happened?
Yeah, devastated with the state of things.
Trying to
Cal, very tactfully, not so tactfully.
I feel like you handled it pretty well, though.
You did.
Considering how it could have been.
Yeah, I was trying to go
By
for
the
like
way-
I was trying to go for like there's a reason why I did it, but I'm still very sorry aspect.
Right.
And deep down, Lyran understands that you did what you had to do, but she still has a deep-seated grief for losing this part of her that is Cornelius. And not only that, but she lost the entire ability to even cast a familiar, to have any sort of familiar. So she feels like she's lost almost a part of her entire being. So she's not even sure how to mourn because it just feels like a part of her is missing.
Right, especially with a familiar almost feeling impossible to lose, because even if it's a poof, you spend a little bit and it comes back, it's like, is it
right?
How real is this situation?
They don't really die. That's the thing. You just cast the spell again and they're there again. They don't really die. So
unless you have Brandon as a DM.
So to not only lose the familiar to death, but to then lose the ability to even cast that familiar, it truly feels like losing a piece of your character. So she's really, that's what she's struggling
and
with.
I think Cal also recognizes that like you yourself were not given the choice in that matter. You had somebody else made that choice for you, and I think that kind of plays a factor into it. You know what I mean? Like just not being able to even like
make your own decision.
Right.
Yeah, get your
and
own
that's the
decision
thing.
out of
Deep
that.
down, Lyran understands that you made the choice you had to make. You really didn't have a choice in the matter. You made that decision because you had to.
Yeah.
It's the fact that she's now struggling to cope with that choice.
I think
Understanding that it was the right choice, but also learning and understanding how to cope with that choice.
Right.
And I think there's something to be said about our characters have different ways of dealing with death.
Yeah.
Because I know, like with Soren will do everything he can to prevent someone from dying. But once they're dead, he's like, well, they died. And like, not in an insensitive way. It's like, because when Lyran died, it was like, I hope she's welcome to the halls of Valhalla and everything.
Like, there's nothing
We didn't even address that. Someone was just like, yeah, she's dead, go to Valhalla.
Well, because he sees her dying a warrior's death, of course. So it's, but with Soren, like, he'll do everything again to prevent someone from dying. But once it's happened, he goes, well, it's happened. And he feels the same way about himself. Like, if he dies, as long as he's dying in battle, he's like, all right, cool. Don't, because I think there's the part of him that fears of the same kind of thing where you lose something coming back. Whereas clearly Cal is like, nope, you're dead. We'll figure a freaking way out of the way. We'll get it. Come on.
I think it's to be fair. I think it's honestly specifically certain people for Cal because there are some people that Cal would not think twice about.
His character. It's also based on like the character themselves, how they feel, how they handle with death, how their
Yeah.
emotions are that way as well.
Right. Whereas like Leon is still in that, I imagine, in that state where if someone dies, like, well, they
No,
did.
I would say
They did.
Leon has gotten the bond with the group enough. I say at least like you three that like for Leon, even though it's just that Cal acted too fast for me to even do anything, but Leon did feel that loss of like he didn't want to lose someone else again that he cared about.
Right.
Well, and you
Cal-
did try to reach out to Shalik, too. You did attempt.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
tried
Cal
to.
felt that connection, that like almost sisterhood bond between
Yeah.
me and her. So for her, it was instinct.
And
I
for
mean,
her,
there
it's
was
even
no,
stronger,
there wasn't
yeah.
even a choice. It was
Yeah.
okay. Whatever we need to do to get Lyran back,
Yeah.
we'll do.
Yeah.
So-
Cal would pay that price every time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was good insight as far as that, because we didn't get the chance to talk about with the last roll for Bluff, especially with Hannah being
I
here.
mean,
It's a great insight on it.
It's still important because, I mean, you had a nice talk and you started. You were just like, I just want to be alone.
Yeah.
And so you guys went down to the bar, be like, let's
In
go get
Cal's
drinks.
room.
Yeah, you guys were like, let's go get drinks. And you went downstairs. The barkeep was like, we're not serving alcohol tonight. What are you thinking?
But I need you to do that for me.
And then
Just
you
this one.
And you guys were like, well, okay, we're going to go upstairs then. And you did. And then Cal was like, okay, I'm going to go downstairs.
I wanted to give Lyran her alone time to grieve. Cal understands alone time
Dude,
very
you
well.
got a lovely note.
Yeah, I got a very lovely, not so suspicious whatsoever note. And upon receiving not so suspicious whatsoever note, I messaged Leon. The reason why Cal messaged Leon was because, okay, grieving, not stealthy, stealthy.
So wait,
So,
Max.
The
Stealthy.
entire spectrum.
I think it was like grieving, not trusting, and totally
no,
found
honestly,
road.
Cal was thinking like, okay, those two aren't going to be very good at hiding somewhere in case I need backup, whereas he would, knowing
Yeah.
the skills that you guys have,
Mm-hmm.
potentially. So I messaged to Leon and was like, hey, I'm going to meet an anonymous person out back. And what I said was, if you don't hear from me in 5 minutes, come look for me. Like basically, like, come after me.
Yeah.
Which Leon understood that as.
I'm gonna go check on you now.
Okay, Leon's because of the reason. Okay, so Leon, what he
paranoid
did
that
was
everyone's
he,
leaving.
because I was talking to you originally. I was like, oh, I need to go take a breath of air.
Because
So I went
you got him drunk, and that's when you
That's
talked
when
to
you had your
Shalik.
conversation
Yeah.
with Shalik,
So yeah,
who I got to see.
sobered up. Yeah, Shalik was in my ham like freaking Star Wars. It was awesome.
That's what I kept thinking it was like. It was like the little holograms. From
That's what
Star
I was
Wars.
thinking, yeah. And then, so I went outside to get a breath of air. I rolled to get like acrobatics
of air.
onto the roof to just try to get a lookout, just to see like someone trying to kill her, kidnap her. Because you've been kidnapped, you've died, you've almost died.
It's
I've
all
almost died.
happened
It's
at
all
some point.
like, you know what? None of us should really be alone at this point. These two are in rooms.
To be fair, there's something to be said about what happens after people try to follow Cal places because
That's
it
a
hasn't
valid
seemed
point.
to pan out very well
Nope.
for us.
I think for the
Didn't,
most part, it
still
was.
didn't.
I got
could've
flashbacks
been
to
worse.
like as
To
a player.
Rhaegarn.
Yeah, as a player, it was flashbacks to Rhaegarn following Cal.
Which started
And
this
I
whole
watched
thing.
that
Yeah.
on YouTube, and I was like, wow.
But realize that you just basically did the same
Again,
thing.
but that's the difference between player and character.
Right.
I was saying my character would totally do that.
Yeah, probably.
So-
I'm gonna go look out.
You rolled a stealth and you rolled a 15.
What did he roll? Or
Because you
what was
rolled a
his
3
perception?
with like you rolled really low. With
I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
My stealth is a plus 11.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was like,
god.
I'm so.
How do you think I feel when I fail those deception checks?
I was
Mad.
so
He
blown.
rolled a natural 18 plus 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was like, "Oh, there's Leon's up on the roof." So you get back there, and an old, hunched over person. You try and figure out, like, is it Fox? I feel like it's Fox. And then you try and thieves can't. And then you ask about the mail.
Player, pretty sure it was Fox. Cal, maybe.
Could be anyone.
Could be-
Could be Trish.
Could be Fox. Could be
It's
Trish.
a
Could be yeah.
toss-up, you know, it could
you-
be
you're
just
like-
about anybody.
I had you to like thieves can't. And I was like,
Yeah.
out for
Have you
mail, out
checked
for
the mail
delivery. Have you
today
checked
or
for the mail today? And then Fox, why would I check the mail? And as he transforms back to himself, and it's been a long time no see. Also, without even turning, long time no see, Leon. Points right up at you.
Well,
Mm.
I understand.
And that was when
For
the
a
little
stealthy
veins
assassin,
started to.
you've had a lot of really bad stealths from the beginning.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think that was my worst one. Otherwise, I've been having Bilal with Pass Without a Trace.
Right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
talking about like way back even in your first session.
That still wouldn't have cut it, by the way. Your plus 10 still wouldn't have cut it.
Yeah.
You would have had to roll like a nat 20.
So you
No.
came down and you had a nice conversation, and Fox, was just checking in on you.
Checking in,
And then
I was keeping quiet.
as he tends to do.
this is the first time the audience ever met Fox. Hope you guys love him as much as we do.
Well, that's right.
Weak is a
because
strong one.
all
He
our
hasn't been
interactions
on.
with him have been before we started.
Yeah.
So this is your first time meeting Fox. This is pretty par for the course with Fox.
Now
He
he's really dead.
smelled Azazel on you, and he smelled Shalik on you.
Which was surprising because he didn't smell it before, but I guess because it's stronger now.
Well, you're a sorcerer now.
Yeah.
You're
It's
bond.
now in your blood.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
So now, as a player, how did you feel about him, this random tiefling popping out of nowhere going, I smell Shalik. And you're like, I don't even know who Shalik really is. How do you know?
I wasn't surprised. It's Fox. Nothing
Well-
surprises me with Fox.
Leon was just like, I guess that's just Fox now, huh?
Yeah. I feel like because Leon's also like the last to join the group, and he's also the most behind on every story. So he's just used to not knowing everything.
that's fair.
Like, you
Yeah,
just go into
that's
every
fair.
situation just assuming whatever happens.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, that's
Like,
believable.
yep, I don't know.
So how
Brandon,
did
had
you?
you given kind of like a history on Fox so our viewers know like who he is and what he's done so far?
Yes.
Well, I know you posted in the other.
Yeah, we did
videos.
the
Yeah.
In the story recap.
other roll for Bluff. We did that. So if you want to check those out, go check out the prologues. You learn a lot about him.
A lot about him.
You'll learn more about him shortly, though. How did Cal feel about him being like, I know you have a Azazel in you?
Cal was initially sort of uncertain about that because knowing who he is, and who he was related to, Cal was like, all right, how's he gonna play this? Like,
Yeah, dang it! Another thing to hold over my head.
Yeah, exactly. But she didn't anticipate it to go well.
Well, I mean, it didn't.
No,
And all,
Could have
all
gone worse.
could have gone worse, but it didn't go well.
I think it went pretty well considering how it could have went.
Yes,
Could have gone worse.
yes. From what you guys
Yes.
know, it,
Yeah.
it went well. So
In the past.
you had a nice conversation. You tried to bounce.
I was like, oh, okay, you want? Oh well, wait. First, describe what he wanted to do.
He came there and he was like, so you're spitting in the face of my mother, Lilith, and she was going to become your patron, and apparently she's not good enough. So how dare you?
To
First
which
of all,
Cal,
how dare you?
to which
Second
Cal
of
was
all,
like,
how dare you?
I had no idea. Keep in mind, Cal has never actually had an interaction with Lilith.
And that was my thing. Like, how was she
Nothing at
supposed
all.
to know?
The only thing that I've ever had an interaction of Lilith was through Fox, where Fox had said something along the lines of, "My mother sends her regards," and Cal was like,
Okay.
"Cool, tell her I send mine too.
Tell her what up.
That's fine."
Peace.
So yeah, and then he offered. He was like, "Well, we were going to go and talk with her. The two of us were going to go talk to her, but apparently." We can't do that. Now the three of us have to go, and you're going to have to explain yourself.
I was like, no.
Which
cool,
Cal
you
was
guys can
actually
go.
fine with explaining herself to Lilith because Cal actually doesn't want to piss Lilith off.
I don't know, I tried to do
Now,
One less enemy you're hoping for.
I
at
tried
the
to-
moment,
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys can go. It's nice seeing
Whole
you.
person.
Like,
nope.
You really could have just said stop. Like, he did not.
Oh
No,
no!
he's had to prove a
If
point.
Fox has
How
any,
about
if,
no?
if Fox has any way to flex his guns on you guys, he's gonna do it.
I've noticed.
So-
I was like, I would have actually stopped.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not the
no
same.
way he could do.
So yeah, the whole person, you're like, okay. So then you agreed to go.
I was forced.
Yeah, agreed to go, and you were transported off to Lilith's chamber, her royal chamber. He meets with everyone, and
It was really nice.
it was beautiful. It was adorned with onyx and
Obsidian,
and coal marks and beautiful rubies and
thought it was
amethyst
pretty
and gemstones.
Sure.
But
It's
looks
still-
aren't everything.
I don't know.
I don't know, she was pretty-
I don't know because you talked to Fox. He was like, "Yes, she'll be right out. We'll discuss this. Just wait here." And you guys had some time to just stand there and be like,
It's pretty.
Do we?"
Yeah.
And you were like, "Don't touch anything."
I wasn't going to touch anything.
To which you were crying your eyes out.
I wasn't crying.
No, Lyran.
Lyran's back in her room.
Oh yeah, I was like all puffy-eyed, like whiskey or whatever it was you left. Bottle of
Whiskey.
it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm sitting
Yeah,
there
I'm
just
a
sipping
hot
in
mess.
my room.
They tried to use their bracelets, and it was
it.
like beep beep beep. The party you were trying to reach.
It's no longer
There's no
in
longer on this
service.
plane of
Please
existence.
try your call again.
So
Purposely ignoring them.
after about 15 minutes from behind you, were you guys expecting her to come from behind you?
No.
No, yeah, I was expecting her to come.
She likes to make an entrance. Stark naked.
You know what? I'm actually not surprised by the naked at all.
Oh, that's
like,
her. That's
like
Lilith.
that's actually what I'd.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
So,
what I do in my spare time.
It's based on actual Lilith mythology.
Yeah.
Which is why I'd.
But
yeah.
she had her long, like midnight black hair, pale face, the most beautiful person you've seen with her midnight eyes. Just walked past you guys, went to her chair and sat down. Did you guys expect her to do that? Did you expect her to like come over and like touch, like interact with you guys?
No.
I
I expected her to sit down. I wasn't expecting anything.
don't know what I expect, to be honest with you.
Well, that's good.
There's a toss up.
Head on your toes.
Yeah.
She sat down, asked you guys to take a seat, and more or less made you sit down by bringing chairs over to you. Fox was standing beside her, and you had a nice conversation about how you rebuffed her advance.
The choices.
I
you've
felt
made.
like I did a pretty good job explaining
You did.
it.
You
I think,
did a
yeah.
fairly good job. Now, for punishment, she wanted to rip Shalik out of you.
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
She wanted to come over.
I am
freaking
so glad,
knew
by the
it.
way, that I had asked Fox. Like, can
Yes,
we
because
not
you were
rip him?
you talked to Fox.
He made a deal.
He made a deal, and he's one about keeping them. If you didn't make a deal, he would have definitely let Lilith come over there and just rip your arm off.
But she's in more than my arm.
Yeah, she would have started with the arm.
So I would have been dead.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't have died. She
I
would have left
would've
you
been-
alive.
You
Yeah,
just would have
one-armed
not had
assassin.
an arm.
Yep.
I would have been dead.
She had every intention
He would've
to
killed himself.
remove everything from Shalik from you and just
Wow.
disintegrate it.
Yeah, I freaking knew it.
But you got lucky.
I knew it.
So,
So why did she change her mind?
because Fox was like, we made a deal, we wouldn't harm him. And she was like, you made a deal.
A deal.
Those
So-
darn
Fox,
demon deals,
there's
they'll get you
too
every time.
many.
Fox.
the family lineage of Lilith and her are good on making a deal and keeping it.
Yes.
That's how they that's how Lilith like rose to
That's
power
how
and got
Cal
everything.
gets stuck in so many
So
things.
yeah, you're just sticking with the family, making deals.
You could say that it's not my fault. I was predisposed to
It's
this.
in her blood. So
It runs in my genes.
the punishment came down to having to meet with your father.
Mm.
To which you were like, okay, let's make another deal real quick.
Let's not do that.
I think I just wanted to get him out of the situation.
The other
Thank
deal,
you
like,
so
can we have
much.
a-
because Cal knows that you've got that curse mark,
Shalik, yeah.
and like she's like, okay,
That was why I
having a
wanted to
good cleric person in an
middle of all
arm
the
in
demons.
all this area is not good.
Oh,
So
no.
I think Cal was just like, can we please get
Also,
him
this
out?
interaction, you saw Lilith, get angry and kind of flex how ferocious you can be, where she grew her size and like leaned
Yeah.
down at you.
Yeah.
She became gargantuan.
Oh yeah, I freaked out. I was just like, nope, looking down.
Well, you were looking at the second you saw that she was naked. You were like, nope, look.
I know, I was like, oh, she's hot. Now we look for it.
So
Don't get a boner. Don't get a boner.
she
I know, right? I was
sent,
focused.
she did not send you back through a regular plane. She just
Yeah.
threw you through the planes.
Yeah,
Mortal
wait, you
heat.
want to explain that a little bit better? Because all I know is like I teleported and then I end up like hurting.
Yeah, because you didn't properly go through. She literally just forced you out of that plane and back to the plane of existence. If you go through the planar shift spell normally, it goes fine. If you mess up the planar shift spell, you take damage.
Oh, so she didn't care. She just
Well,
did.
she didn't. She made it less. Most of the time, you would have been ripped to shreds.
Oh.
The plane, the
Okay.
planes would just rip you to pieces.
Which, by the way, we did not heal much at all from the first.
No,
the
we
last
haven't
battle.
had
No,
Take a
yeah,
rest.
it's
We
something
haven't
to be
rested.
said. Like me, like because I at one point like I
you healed
a
yourself
couple
using your pact
times,
magic. You healed yourself using your sorcerer.
but we
magic.
only had
I
like
was
what
dead.
like eight
I had-
health points.
I had
and
8
9.
at first, and then I went up to 15.
Yeah.
She did like 13 damage on that teleport, and I was like,
And immediately you were like, SOS, guys, SOS.
I did.
Oh.
No, I ran upstairs to Liren first.
Yeah, and then she was like, I don't want to go away.
I know.
And
Lyran
you're
was
like,
like,
I'm
I
gonna
have
go run
nothing
it
to tell
down.
you.
Because right before you went up, she found out that she has like a tattoo of Cornelius's bite mark onto her hand, and she was like, all over
Which
again.
started everything grieving all over again. His little teeth.
To which Leon was like, okay, I want to run to Leon.
Leon was
Delmine.
like, you know what?
Once
I
again,
understand
Soren.
circumstances, but you can also lose your sister.
If it had been an
You know what?
imprint
I'm
of
just
his
not
cold
going to
wet
tell you. I'm
nosy,
just going to run.
I said if it had been an imprint of his cold wet nosy, would have absolutely lost it.
Luckily not.
Inconsolable for days.
Luckily not.
Cold wet nosy.
So you ran and you messaged Soren being like, guys, we've got an issue.
And he's like, what is it? And you're like, we'll talk about it later. Bye.
And
I'm
Soren's
going to
in
get
the
out.
room. Soren's in the room.
No, I said I was
like,
going to down mine.
I guess I'm going to stay here. I'm just going to drink a little more. So then we shift back while you were running to Dalmine. We shift back to you.
Yeah.
Waiting patiently to meet your father.
Yeah, at which that point...
Which, right before he came in, she was like, would you like Kikyo back? Well, were you expecting that one?
No.
Remember, Fox works for Lilith.
Yeah, I knew that, but no, I was not expecting that. That threw me off, but I think that Cal probably would have. I mean, especially after Soren and Cal had just had that heart-to-heart the last time. I think Cal was looking to try to...
really serendipitous that you guys did that.
Yeah.
I think Cal was trying to look to sort of maybe get a little bit of redemption points with Soren there. So,
I mean...
I don't know what I agreed to.
Oh, I know.
I never really do.
I mean, I give you props for actually thinking about the deal this time.
I did think about it.
Growth.
Normally, deals just happen without much.
She's like, yeah, let's do
behind
it.
them.
Small
Totally
personal growth.
Sounds
To be
good.
fair,
Small victory.
he literally said, like, there's, like, 5 seconds, and I was like, one question and then just say yes. Okay. Like, that was what went through my head.
Yep.
So.
And she did it, and you made the deal.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
For you.
For
If
me.
this campaign was based on buying houses, we'd have the perfect character. Deal, you got it. Done. But unfortunately, this campaign deals with literal
Surviving.
beings from hell. And making deals with them never turns out in our favor.
Yep.
Ever.
Well,
I mean,
so yeah.
Azazel did
But
bring
it's
you
like
that.
the
So there's
Cal
one.
stamp of approval.
Well, it
Deal
didn't-
done.
That's
Let's
why
go.
That's why I was
didn't-
thinking it was 50-50 on each deal so far.
It didn't work, so I mean, Azazel kind of helped. But you made the deal. Titavilis then showed up, and this is the first time you've ever seen him.
Yes.
What did you think?
Terrifying.
I mean, yeah, he's scary, but
Wow.
I mean, Cal
Asshole.
just hates him. Like, there's like no part of her that like
I was glad he didn't walk in the door.
wants
going,
anything
"Daddy,
to do
so-"
with him.
God.
And I think that was the other reason why I was kind of grateful that I did make that deal with Lilith, because I was like, maybe that'll buy me just enough brownie points with Lilith that I can be a dick to my dad. Her grandson?
Yeah.
Right in front of her.
So, yeah, he sat down and was like, "Oh, this is why we're here." And bing, bing, bing. Let's fight. You guys had a nice talk.
Nice talk.
It was very nice.
Yeah, you found
That
out.
was so
You
entertaining.
You found out some information.
Yeah.
So, would you
surprised
care to
he
share
gave
that?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he dropped that. So he apparently finds Lyran threatening. Or Lyran's sword threatening.
His sword.
His sword. The sword that
Lyran.
was his, that Lyran has. That sword.
Right.
Lyran sword. The sword of Lyran. Lyran sword.
That sword.
Which I definitely was like, okay, mental note. Talk to Lyran about sword.
You also found out, kind of his plan. A little bit.
Little bit.
Not much.
Not a whole lot.
You also found a little bit of between Fox
Yeah, because at one point he had made some snide comment about like real family, was that or something? And he sort of gave a glare towards Fox, and that was like Cal like other mental note like because I think this whole interaction was like, I hate him. I hate him. What can I use against him?
Oh, you
Like-
did. But then, this is the part that was like, you done goofed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, you before when you made the deal with Lilith, you blocked her charm.
Yeah.
But then, did Lilith's charm.
Yeah, I failed that.
You failed that one, and so he suggested that you tell where your mother is.
And I did. I told him. I said Dramic.
And that's all he needed.
Yep.
And he was like, "Oh, goody, goody."
Yeah.
Again, another deal.
That wasn't a deal.
Stamp
That wasn't a deal. That was a classic Cal fail wisdom save.
Okay, all right.
It was the best.
There's a difference.
It was
Whatever
the best
you
for
want to
me.
call it.
So made the deal. You did ruffle his feathers a little bit,
Good.
and then he scarred your face.
Fair enough.
And pretty much after that, Lilith was like, "Yeah, I think you've had enough punishment. We'll send you back now. Tidvillis and I will continue to talk." And you went back, and you were in your room where Liren was.
I was curious
Just
about that.
poofed
Why
in
did you
the room.
teleport her back in the room?
Because that's Lilith was going to give her preferential treatment.
Oh. I thought you were going to put her back.
I
in the
am
hallway.
her. Like, relative.
Granddaughter.
Oh yeah, she had some weird stipulation that I have to extend her bloodline, and I was like, oh.
Yep, she was like, "How about you extend my bloodline, and then how about we do that?"
now?
And you were like, "I'll try. I'll work on it."
Yeah,
She was like, "How about
I'll work real hard on that.
I like the part where she was like, "How about Thorn?"
Someone's got big muscles.
He's an able-bodied man.
So yeah, you went back immediately. Liren was like, "I don't want to know."
That's fair.
And you picked out your journal and you were like, "Mother."
You should run.
Yeah, I wanted to
He
get
knows, and all you got was ...
Yeah.
To which then you showed up to Wesley's and he's like, "We're closed." He's like, "It's Leon." Come in.
I was like, "Where's Damine?"
Over there, and you went up
Okay.
into her room and she was frantically packing.
Damine, we got a problem.
She's like, "I know."
Okay, let me help. He's
She's
like,
like,
"No, I
your
got
daughter.
it."
She's like, "Your daughter's in the hell," and you're like, "She's back here now." And he's like, "Well, that'd been good to know."
I know. I was like, "Thanks, guys, for telling me."
And Soren's like, "What? What is going on, guys?"
Liren's just like, "I don't care."
Oh yeah, and Cal was on the way to Damine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She started sprinting. Dalmine packed all of her stuff into the journal through Azazel's help.
Which
And
I
started
thought
to
was pretty
leave,
cool.
and you made an agreement to keep her there. Like, if you can keep Dalmine there, I'll be right there.
No, she said I'll just rendezvous with you.
Yeah, like rendezvous.
No. I just said I'll rendezvous with you.
Yeah, just meet up.
I
Yeah.
said help her get out of there. I'll rendezvous.
Yeah,
with
that's
you.
what
That
I-
was yeah.
And so I told her that we were heading towards the dock. And I said, "Meet us there."
And you did, and she didn't say anything to you.
Yep.
That was so sad. I
That,
wanted to say
that
something
was a
else, but
little. That was a little
She was just
heartbreaking,
like-
but
No,
She was like, and you're like, "I'm sorry," and she just went, sighed and got into a boat and left for the northern country.
that was so sad.
And then you got Leon just going like, "Well, that was a thing."
And
No,
then
we had like a good conversation because she was saying like how bad she felt, and it's like I understand, but like she's still alive, and like there's still opportunities later in life.
You just got her back.
And the whole time, Soren's just yelling,
And
"What
you-
the heck is going on?"
I mean, Cal is just finally feeling okay with her mom. So,
But to me,
it
it's like you
sucks.
also still have that connection. Like you can you can message her at any time. But I know you're afraid of who may be on the book.
exactly.
But like she's still in this plane of existence.
So from after that, after a little moment,
Like while we're talking.
from the water came Kikyo.
And I'm 100% lost at that point. I was like, okay.
Right. So
Yeah,
We have
as a
giants
rem-
coming out of water.
As a reminder, Kikyo is a female Goliath.
Who's
From-
someone's wife.
From the bad.
Going back to deals Cal has made.
This is the one that she.
This is the first deal.
This is the first
That
deal
was
where
the
she
first
traded
one.
Kikyo for Jeb to save him, Soren's surrogate father, and to the deal that she had made with Lilith, and she was the potential love interest at the time of the deal for Soren.
Yep.
At the time, still is.
So well, yeah, now. So yeah,
I don't think I have a choice
she
now.
came back, and that's when you noticed the.
The little mark on my hand. It looks like a black crack in my hand.
Yep. But no one else can see it. She comes back, and immediately she's just like, "Hello."
Yeah.
I deserve that.
And I was like, whoa.
Cal was like,
and
yeah,
she
I heard that.
punched me.
Because you were there with me.
Yeah, I was like, I fully understand that. Now
So-
I remember what health I had. I'm like, oh no.
So you were like, Soren's here. We can take your sword.
Yeah, I definitely
Name drop.
tossed, yeah. I was like, Soren. So
she, went
Turn
back.
into Swedish chef.
She made the snide remark where she's not going to go through any doorway that you don't go through first.
That's fair.
I was like, yeah. this
Ooh,
is
and everyone was
good.
like, ooh.
Although I don't know if it really would have changed anything, but it's fair.
So you went back. On your way back, as soon as you saw you started like, hey, we have Kikyo, and
Well, you guys were like,
No,
we're
it's
on
like,
our way
come
back.
outside.
Yeah, you were like, we're coming back, count outside. And someone's like, what the heck? He's running down the stairs. Like, what is
then-
going on?
And then you were
And
like,
then you're like,
says-
Kikyo's here. And he's just like, what? What do you mean she's
Stop
here?
messing
that's
with me.
impossible. And so as soon as she saw you, or you saw the play, or she saw the place, Kikyo picked you up
Yeah.
and
And
tried
tried
to
to
just snap your back.
Yeah.
That was kind of awesome, though. That sucked. That was
I feel like I got lucky with that.
You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
She could have killed you.
Yeah.
Um,
This is down to like 2. at that point.
so
I know,
immediately
I was at 5, you're at 2.
you see that happen.
I'm just like, the heck is going on? I'm convinced it's an enemy at this point.
It's Trish.
And then-
Basically is.
And after that happened, Leon was like, I need to stop this from happening. And he quickly, acrobatically,
Pulled her out.
Whoa. You pretty much, I imagine that you ran in, you like grabbed Cal and rolled out
Yeah,
of
because she
there.
was going for another punch. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm pretty sure her health is like really low right
And I would have
now.
been like,
I was like, I don't know what happened. And how.
so
it was like, look, Soren's over there. She's like, ooh.
so you pulled her out. You
Yeah,
know,
we're just like on the
and then
sidelines.
Kikyo sees you, and that's when you were like, we did like Jeb's alive,
Oh, that's right.
and she was like, wait, Jeb's alive, and then you explained like, yeah, that's what the whole deal was.
Because she had missed it when you two were talking
Oh yeah,
about
on
it.
the way back, she was explaining
the
whole
situation with Jeb, but
yeah.
Kikyo was so blind with rage, she was just focusing on getting Cal to drop her.
She wanted to get as
Yeah.
close to the area where you were, and then try and kill Cal.
And you know
Yeah.
it was at that point that it hit Leon that like, okay, she may make like bad deals, but every deal she has made
Yeah.
has always been for like the good of someone in the group. I was like, you know
Right.
what?
Thank you.
Which is what was.
Thank you.
yeah, I was
Somebody
like-
who understands.
I
Personal
give
growth.
props.
Well,
That's
again,
the-
that
that's
was the
why
whole
you're
point
on
of the conversation with Soren and Cal.
Yeah.
That's what it boiled down to for them.
Yeah.
It's just Soren's like, God knows I've made a lot of mistakes to try and help people. I only hit things.
Yeah.
Sometimes that doesn't help.
And that was a good conversation. That was last time, right?
Yeah.
So Kikyo then immediately
Like hugged, so like she just runs over after
and
hearing that
embraces you.
Jeb is alive. She asked first. She was like, "Is
Is
Jeb
Jeb
really
really
alive?" And Soren's
alive?
like, "Yeah." I mean,
And then
that's
she
what the
was
deal
like-
was. Then she was like, "Hug,"
And then she kissed you.
and then she kissed me.
And
Or
Soren was clueless.
Soren was clueless. Then this is something that should be made clear. Soren has not had any romantic relationships ever.
Yeah.
He was kicked out of his family in the clan at such a young age. He's just grown up just being Soren, like just running around tackling monsters and fighting. He like in no town has he even considered like I need to find some poontang. It's like no, I got a mission to take care of.
Well, now he's got a
And now
newly
he has-
resurrected Goliath girlfriend.
So
It gets better in the morning.
Heyo!
you guys go upstairs. Kikyo passes out, and you catch her. You
Yes.
take her upstairs.
And they're just like Soren, quit
Me
bringing
and
in bodies.
me and Cal are on the side trying to heal up as much as we
So
can.
you go inside,
We all originally go to Soren's room.
except for Lyra.
Except for Lyra, and Lyra's
Yeah,
still
she's
in
still-
my room.
Sobbing.
And as we're sort of trying to semi-explain what's going on, we hear a knock at the door.
On Soren's door. It's a big
Soren's
old
door.
And then Leon goes, "Okay, I'm gonna check it out." Opens it up, and you see a bigger Goliath.
A 9-foot Goliath.
And
Just
it's true.
In my head, I was just like, how many Goliaths are here?
this
I
is
don't
true. This is the most
remember
Goliath you've seen
seeing-
in your life.
I was like, I don't remember seeing this many running around dying in this
And
city.
immediately you hear the, "Where's my son?" And you're like, "Oh."
I'm just like
it's-
still staring like,
"Who's your son?"
Someone just comes up and
I was
goes,
like, this is the guy.
all
This is
right,
like,
well, I'll take it from here.
Cal immediately
hi,
goes,
Dad.
Cal
"Hide,
is
hide."
like, slinks back.
into the wall.
Waits for first window of
Disappears.
opportunity, stealths away.
I was like, I should have done the same.
So
And that's when
no,
Jeroen opens the door and then, out of nowhere, hugs Soren. And it's like, what the crap am I getting all these hugs for?
it's a lot of physical touch right
There's
now.
a lot of emotion going around here.
had a nice little chat. He was like, "Mother sends love, and also Karn made you this little figure."
Right, and then
He's like,
someone
"I
was
bring you
so
a
the hug was
punch."
from Mom. Yours is going to be the punch, right? He's like,
Yeah.
no, whack.
And yeah, gets a good old punching.
Yeah, good old powerful punching.
That was entertaining.
Yeah, and then you were just like,
Like, is this normal?
And to Soren's credit, the last time he saw his father for the first time, he punched him in the face too.
I was like,
They had a rage
okay.
off. It was lightning rage versus ancestral.
rage.
Like, okay.
And then you snuck out.
Yeah.
You went over to Lyran's room.
Bye.
So you want to talk about that?
So I went over to Lyran's room, and is that when we started talking about? I tried to talk to you about
That's when you
the
talked about the sword, yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to talk about the sword, and then I tried to write a message to Azazel.
You got left
Asking about
unread.
Cornelius.
I got left unread.
Well, no, you talked to Cornelius. That was
Talk to Zazel.
Oh, yeah.
You talked, and it was like, yeah, Cornelius is dead.
Yeah.
But his life force is
made you
inside.
turn that
Yeah.
possum upside down.
To which I let you know that.
Pretty much the reason why Lyran's alive because the life force of Cornelius went into, and the only way to get Cornelius back is to kill Lyran and pull it out.
Say what?
Yeah.
But I think I did that earlier. I think it was earlier. Than
Yeah.
that. The second
That's
time.
important to
This
know.
is the second time
Yeah.
that I'd written to Azazel, and I was just explaining to him what had happened with Lilith. He left me unread. That's fine.
Yep. Yeah. How'd you feel to know that the sword you're carrying is Titavillus, your adoptive, kidnapped
Murder's
father?
dad.
I thought that was interesting that he is scared of the sword that I have. That he kind of like weighs the possum as a good deal, like Cornelius is a good deal, but meanwhile I have this sword that he's afraid of.
Well, Titavillus is the one who took the possum,
No, Azazel is the one that took the possum.
Yeah.
Azazel took the possum.
but Titavillus is the one that's afraid of your sword.
Oh, okay.
Azazel is not.
I still
currently
did
an
think that was
enemy.
interesting though. That I own something that he's afraid of.
I mean, you
And I
have-
almost wonder if it's to do with the power of me slaying all those, what were they,
They're goblins, but it's the blade has an
and getting
ability
the
that
power from
does
A lot of damage.
a lot of damage and a certain type of damage that is bad against demons.
Yeah.
Because it's what, radiant?
Radiant.
It does, depending on who's wielding it, does radiant or necrotic. So you can have it, yeah. So there's also a different reason, but you don't know about that.
Future.
Future, you guys were worried about that. So you pretty much also you're talking and then you hear you mage hand and it's your good buddy Devin. Yay!
Because we're just getting visits from everybody.
So Jeroen's in the one room, Devin's in your guys' room. Has a quick talk, sends condolences for Cornelius being gone. You guys have a nice little chat about, the plan and where everyone is. He's going to stay with you guys tonight.
Jeroen's like, what the heck is Kikyo doing here?
You guys had a nice talk. He heavily weighed on going to find Cal and,
But his wife has taught him to be a little bit more
he's a little
understanding.
more calm and responsive, so he just sits down
Thanks,
and hunkers
Soren's
down for the
mom.
night.
Oh yeah, no, we did explain everything.
Yeah.
Right, but that doesn't
That's-
stop a barbarian.
Well, that doesn't stop
like,
But no, because
Clan leader.
that helps with later on what happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys, had a nice calm night. You got up 4 hours earlier than everyone.
Mhm.
You went out. You went to the baker.
Yeah.
We also read the book that Dowline gave you when she was leaving,
Yeah.
which you found out information about the sword
Yeah.
and the place where it's being held and why it's important and the fact that it's called, what it is.
Yeah.
Sword of Divine Banishment. So it, like you learned, it takes many forms. It literally destroys the life essence and soul of undead and fiend, so they can't be regenerated or go back to their plane of existence. It also, it can't be wielded by anyone who's demonic or has demon blood. So you learn about that and where it's roughly where it's located and why it was made, and that there is a portal to the lower planes in that mountain range.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun for you guys to learn.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was definitely interesting.
you woke up, everyone got up, everyone went downstairs.
I tried to go explain it to Cal. She was half asleep and didn't understand anything I was saying.
Sword, yeah, that thing.
And then I saw Devin. I was like,
Hi, Devin.
And everyone was like, we're cool.
I was like, oh, okay, cool.
You couldn't kill me if you tried.
I'm like, okay, asshole.
You go downstairs. Jeroen comes downstairs. You guys are both like, don't look at us, don't look at us, don't look at us, don't look at us.
Jeroen's
Ash,
like, hey,
you-
no, wait. because she went to tell Lyran to go down, like, everyone's up. I went to Soren's room.
Oh yeah, and that's why we're not gonna skip over that. You are.
Oh yeah, because Soren had slept on the floor, leaving Kikyo in the bed, and everyone else was like kind of on the floor.
Yeah.
Soren doesn't wake up alone on the floor.
And Kikyo, in the middle of the night.
It's like
No, about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour. I mean, yeah, curled up and slept and was like
wrapped
little
around,
spoon
there,
to Soren.
Entangled.
And
And I was like,
Soren's just asleep and wakes up to you like,
Okay.
"Hey, what's up, guys?" And he's just like,
Wait a minute.
I'm like, well, we were heading to breakfast, but
You're a little busy.
And Jerome's just sitting there whittling away like, "Yep, she curled up with him about an hour ago."
And I was like, oh, so I said something like, oh, it's like that. Like, they didn't do anything. I'm like, yeah, but it's still early. Like, well, while they're in here, you want to go
And he
get
was like,
breakfast?
"That's true. I'm getting up now."
Me and Jeroen came downstairs and we got breakfast.
Hey, and you
Stuttered like a madman. He does not know what he's doing.
Girl, she woke up and she was like, "Oh, do we have to? Let's go to the bed." And you're like, "I gotta go."
I was like, we have a lot to worry about right
And
now.
she was like, "Fine, I get it." It was a little bit disappointed.
She
Fell asleep back in the bed.
Dang. I
Well,
knew
she
I should
did-
have got the mending cantrip.
Soren doesn't know what the heck to do. Like, he honestly doesn't. Like,
Which is fun for me.
Which is gonna be,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so interesting how you handle it later on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you went downstairs. Jeroen
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Let's go talk outside." And you were like,
We can talk in here.
Let's not.
We're talking in front of some
And
witnesses.
Jeroen was like, "Let's go talk outside."
Cal was like, "You mean outside?
Like,
Out.
We're
Out in the
outside of
middle
this plane of
tavern.
existence when you murder me.
So, I mean, how did you feel about how the whole conversation went? Give us a recap.
I was surprised because like right off the bat he apologized, which Cal was just like,
You can apologize?
Cal was like, "You're capable of this? I didn't know."
Emotions.
And then she was sort of thrown off by his whole like just general attitude, and then it started to make sense when he started talking about what the cigar did as far as like what he could do to save Soren if need be, and that's when Cal was like, "Okay, cool. So he cares about his kid, but he doesn't want to tell him. All right, fair enough."
Right. I mean, so this is
That's the kind of thing that Cal like understands. Cal doesn't understand like, "I'm sorry." That's just doesn't make sense.
So yeah, to clarify, Jeroen then at one point pulls out a black cigar with it was like a gold cross on it.
It's the gold medical cross on it.
Yeah.
And he explains that the cigar is something that if someone dies, he can essentially light it and then replace like essentially the places of it. Like he's alive, I'm dead now. Like it's a self-sacrificing cigar, and he's like, "Keep me alive if Soren dies, so I can kill myself and resurrect my boy."
Suicide.
So, how did you feel about that?
I mean, like I said, at that point it started to make more sense, and then it also kind of made a bit of sense because obviously, like, Cal had made a deal to like keep Jeb alive, so I felt like Jeroen was kind of like, okay, this person won't mind somebody dying to save somebody else, like, so it kind of made sense on that aspect.
Pretty much.
But also, like, Cal was like, "And you trust me with this information?" Because, I mean, I'm not really a trustworthy person. So,
He also gave you, a hug.
yeah, which was weird.
And
And
offer
me
for you to
Chant
punch
hugged him
him.
back.
And he
Yeah, he asked me to punch. He offered to punch him, and I'm like, "I'm not punching you. I'll break my hand.
You see his hand?
my strength is +0. I'm not gonna happen."
So you went back inside. Everyone got their breakfast. You had some squinty eyes from the Black Dragonborn, who you have no idea, but the rest of the Stormbreakers know as one of the people they defeated to become the champion of the bar and get the coins.
Oh, that's
why we
she
know
was-
her.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why
We
she
didn't
was
get the
squinting
chance to
at it.
explain
No.
it to
So
you.
you guys.
I thought like, is this someone trying to kill us again?
You guys were, turning your coin. You guys left, and then after you got outside of town, about 25 minutes away from the tavern, you were
said
like,
10 minutes.
well, it was 15 minutes to the edge and then 10 minutes
It
outside.
was at that point that the rest of the party realized that Kikyo wasn't there.
That
and that
Soren
somebody
did
had
once again
left her behind.
Did the one thing he always does and just lets people be alone.
Which,
This is the third time you've done it. So at this point, you have a tracker to be like, yeah,
I
just
forgot the
go.
last one was Lyran.
And then everyone goes, really? But discuss not going on your own.
And I think in Cal's mind, it was like, she just came back to life.
That was
Don't
how I
leave
felt.
her
His thought was
alone.
like she needs to sleep.
Sleep important. I like sleep. She likes sleep. Sleep good. We let sleep.
We
And you're
sleep
like,
together.
I guess I'm gonna go back.
Exactly. That's what I just said.
So Soren turned around and head back to the town to get Kikyo, and everyone else kind of continued on their way.
So yeah, that's when you were like, "What's going on with my hand?"
Yeah.
And that's when you guys had a little conversation. You guys made it back to, the encampment where they had
Everyone.
about, was like 75 Goliaths
And you
and
said
50. Yeah, 50 because 150 total right now.
That's right, it was.
So about 50. 70. No, it's 75. 75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's not.
I thought it was
100. It was 100 Goliath to 50.
Yeah.
Because it was like 75-25 right now. So yeah, you had a bunch of people, waiting there in a whole encampment. You get down there and you see that you also have in the main war tent, a bunch of people. You also, talked and was like, I have somebody who can maybe get us some armor and weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Collect them. Devin was like, everyone get money, put it in the pot, put it in the middle of the camp.
Yeah.
And in the tent, you found Gromtag, Poe, Norton. You didn't see the other one until later.
Okay.
So you had in the tag, it was Devin, Jeroen, Gromtag, the lizard folk, I get Ranger who hunts demons.
Mm-hmm.
You had Poe, the Aarakocran paladin of Anubis. And you had Norton, who appeared to be a big dumb orc paladin for Bahamut. So you had a nice talk. Everyone waited, and then eventually Francesca showed up. Francesca,
The fire.
the fire ganassi paladin of Helios. So
Who works with the postman.
Who works with the postman? You had 3 paladins: Anubis, Bahamut, Helios, all in the same tent. You guys got to talking a little bit, trying to figuring out. You were like, let's talk later. We're figuring things out.
Information, but not.
Gromtag was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about Cornelius. Also, here's to make you feel better. Here's your favorite wine and a new Chansey brew book. And there was like, I'm going to read this now. I need every distraction possible. So you had your nice time reading. You had a little bit of some heated conversation with Gromtag, and Norton was talking to you, and you also had some with Poe.
What? I was totally nice.
And so eventually you were like, any one of these guys could be Trish.
Oh, at that point, Soren and Kikyo had shown up.
Yeah.
And so then Francesca was like, I guess Zone of Truth.
A little paranoid here.
If anyone leaves, then we know
that was
they're...
a great idea.
We're obviously, someone's lying.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was truthful except for somebody failed within 2.
Oh, no.
Their wisdom, and that's when you, Norton...
Who was a big idiot, supposedly.
I'm Norton. I do. Norton, sat up, his jaw recessed a little bit, and I am Adam. And you guys are like, hold up.
Hold up.
We've seen you before, and you were an idiot.
Yeah.
And you found out his true mission was to go get the young black dragon for his master, the ancient black dragon, from the Tower of Worms. Check out the prologue if you want to learn about that stuff.
Terror in the Tower.
Because it's a whole Terror in the Tower is a whole long thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you learned about him, and he was like, "I'm just here to get him back. I don't care about anything else."
Yeah.
You guys are like, "That's fair."
To which, I offered the agreement with Soren was like, hey, if we help him get the young black dragon, would you be willing to help us?
Right, because Soren has already said that he would do what he could to get the kid back.
Just trying to maybe secure that alliance just a little bit better.
So you guys made the agreement. You guys figured out your plan. There was going to be another day before everyone got here because the postmen were coming with the postman. They were going to lend some forces, a minute amount. But you guys were getting ready to, break camp and go about your day, and then you hear just a very loud screech.
It was from a rock.
Which a rock is a gargantuan bird. ROC. Look it up. It's a gargantuan.
Okay.
It's
Cal did one of these. Looks out tent. Nope. Goes back in tent.
Because just as a reminder,
Not today.
Cal is terrified of birds.
Yeah.
And the bigger the bird, the worse it is.
Immediately, he were like, "Hey, Poe, go stop him."
Poe, get your boy.
Poe was like, "Racist, but all right."
That's what I thought.
Hey, in our conversation for tactics, he said he would take care of the rocks. So
Like,
that's
well,
why
Yeah,
I said
and
it.
the way the tactics are going to go, Francesca and you, wherever you guys want to go, we're going to go through, and you guys said you're going to go through the
We're
White
gonna try
Town
to get
base
the
of
White
the
Town
base,
to help.
to go under the the two other groups are going to go different, like straight in and to the side, so there would be a 3-pronged attack on the internal base of Yangu. So yeah, that's where the rocks were going to be stationed. They were going to try and get past, but if they could, they were going to try and fight the rocks, so then you guys wouldn't be bombarded with them later. Yeah, so they got you swooped in, and there were 2 of them. One was being like, one had a rider, the other one didn't. So you guys were, immediately like, combat time, I guess. We're gonna take Francesca and Jeroen, and the rest of you guys can go fight the other ones.
Yeah.
So there was a pretty even break.
Mhm.
And that is where we stopped. So next time, tomorrow, will be combat time.
Jumping right into it. We've already got those initiatives rolled.
Yep,
so.
I already have everything figured out. Any last minute questions? Any thoughts, comments, concerns? Prayers for your lives next
Can
battle?
you tell us if Norton was always Adam, or if this is...
No, Norton was always Adam.
Okay.
Okay.
You did mention when I was walking around in the morning there was a tortoise. Was that
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 was
was
Baba.
It was Baba?
It was straight up Baba.
I forgot that I knew Baba. That's why I
That's why I said
ignored it.
and a tortoise, and you were just like, okay, that's fine.
When you,
Oh, I
when you
forgot I
said
knew
tortoise,
him.
I was like, it's Baba.
I half
don't
expected
do tortoise.
Baba to come over to him while he was
Baba
reading
was
a
walking
book.
the other way.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
was like, I wasn't really expecting
You gotta
anything
remember,
from
turtles
Baba.
are not very common. Like, even less common than Goliaths.
Yeah, but Leon doesn't really care about anything.
noted.
Noted.
So
Leon does not care.
anything else from Lyran?
No.
Cornelius is dead.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Tomorrow night's episode, we will have a special mini "We Miss You, Corny" ceremony to kick off the stream. So, possibly with cupcakes, because I really want cupcakes.
That'd be nice.
Precious baby.
So we can all say
Rest
our
in
goodbyes to Corny
pieces.
appropriately. And otherwise, I think we're all set. So,
You want to
Do
shout out
the,
all the social medias?
promos.
You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube,
Twitter, Instagram,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud,
Twitch, of course.
all that, Twitch, all that fun stuff. When you look for us, look up for Roll Call, ROLECALL.
And
DND either goes in the front or the
back.
end.
As always, you can check out the cards in the beginning and ending of all the videos. Everything is usually on Twitch, or YouTube is probably the most common and easy way to find us.
And rewatch those previous.
Go watch
videos.
all the
Yeah.
episodes. If
The
you're
prologues.
not caught up, they're all on YouTube. Go check those out.
Playlist included.
Yeah, you'll find out some more helpful information to kind of catch up.
Yep.
And otherwise, I think that's about does it for tonight. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow night. And we'll jump right into it.
Yeah.
So, thanks, everybody.